Hello and welcome. If you're working in the UK construction industry, then you've landed in exactly the right place. We're about to talk about the Construction Industry Scheme, or CIS. And trust me, getting this wrong can cost you a lot.
Now, this whole discussion has been put together by the fantastic team at My Tax Accountant. These guys are genuine specialists who help tradespeople just like you navigate the tricky waters of CIS every single day. So let's break it all down.
So, whether you're a self-employed plasterer out in London, or maybe you run a small firm that hires freelancers for jobs, the next few minutes are going to be absolutely vital for your business. And, let's be honest, for your bank account.
Because this number, this is the whole reason we're talking today, 30%. That is the emergency tax rate that contractors are legally forced to deduct from your pay if you are not registered with CIS. Just let that sink in for a second. Almost a third of your invoice just gone before it even has a chance to hit your account. It's a massive, massive hit to your cash flow. But, and this is the good news, we are going to fix that for you right here, right now. Okay, so first things first, let's get our heads around what the Construction Industry Scheme, or CIS, actually is. What's the big idea? You know, in the simplest terms, CIS is just HMRC's system for collecting tax from the construction industry as the year goes on. So instead of you getting hit with one giant, scary tax bill, the contractor who pays you takes a percentage up front and sends it straight to the taxman for you. Now, in the world of CIS, there are two main players. If you're the one paying other people for construction work, you're the contractor. And if you're the one getting paid to do the actual work, the bricklayer, the electrician, the plumber, then you're the subcontractor. And here's a little twist for you. You can actually be both at the same time. And let's be absolutely crystal clear on this. Being part of this scheme isn't really a choice. It is a fundamental part of UK tax law for the industry. Getting yourself registered means you pay the right amount of tax from day one, and it protects you from some pretty nasty fines down the line. And here's a quick did you know for you. CIS isn't just for building companies. Nope. Any business, let's say a big supermarket chain that spends on average more than £1 million a year on construction over a 3-year period, they get called a deemed contractor, and they have to play by all the same CIS rules. Crazy, right? Okay, so now we know what CIS is all about. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Before you can even think about registering, there is one piece of the puzzle you absolutely 100% must have in your hand. Right, we've been throwing this term around, CIS number, but here's something that trips a lot of people up. What on earth is it really? Is it some sort of special ID card you get for working in construction? Well, here's a pro tip that's going to save you a ton of confusion. There's no such thing as an official, separate CIS number. It just doesn't exist. When people say that, what they're really talking about is your UTR, your Unique Taxpayer Reference. Your UTR is a special 10-digit code that HMRC gives you when you register for self-assessment. Think of it like your personal ID number for the entire tax system. And for our purposes today, this number is the master key that unlocks your CIS registration. Without it, you can't even get started. So how do you get one? It's actually pretty straightforward. You just need to head over to the gov.uk website and begin the process to register for self-assessment. Now, here's the crucial bit. When the form asks what you do, you must select the option for working as a subcontractor. This is what tells HMRC to register you for both self-assessment and CIS at the same time. After that, just keep an eye on the post because they'll mail your UTR directly to you. All right, so the moment that letter from HMRC lands on your doormat and you have that precious UTR in your hand, you are ready for the main event, getting fully registered as a CIS subcontractor. So let's walk through that right now. It really is a simple 3-stage journey. First, get your UTR. We've just covered that. Second, you'll need to set up what's called a government gateway account, which is basically your secure online portal for all government services. And finally, you use that account to complete your CIS registration. Easy as that. So setting up that government gateway account is your next job. It's your secure login for everything tax-related online. To create it, you're going to need 2 things, your shiny new UTR and your national insurance number. Just follow the instructions on the Gov.uk site. It's pretty simple. Okay, when you log in to do the final CIS registration, do yourself a favor and have this info ready to go. It'll make the whole thing so much quicker. You'll need your legal business name, or just your own name if you're a sole trader, your UTR, your national insurance number, and if you're VAT registered, have that number handy too. And here it is. This is the payoff for all that admin. Just look at the immediate difference registration makes. Being unregistered means that whopping 30% is taken from your payment. But as soon as you're registered, that deduction rate plummets to 20%. And for some businesses, it can even go all the way down to 0. I mean, that's a huge boost to your monthly income right there. You'll be asked if you want net or gross payment status. Now, most subcontractors start with net status. That's where 20% is deducted. It's simple and it helps you put money aside for your tax bill. To get gross status, where the contractor deducts nothing, you have to pass some pretty strict tests, including having a turnover of at least £30,000 and a completely perfect tax payment record. Okay, stay with me because this next point is absolutely critical. This is where so many people go wrong. See, being registered isn't enough on its own. You have to tell people you're registered. This means you absolutely must give your UTR to every single contractor who pays you. And that's not all. From this point on, you've got a few key responsibilities. Give out that UTR, keep hold of every single payment statement you're given, track all of your business expenses meticulously. We're talking tools, fuel, insurance, the lot, and of course, file a self-assessment tax return every year to settle everything up with HMRC. Okay, let's just quickly switch hats for a moment. What happens if you're the one paying the subcontractors? Well, your side of the bargain is just as important. And let me tell you, the rules are very, very strict. As a contractor, your first job is to register your own business for CIS. Then, before you pay a subcontractor for the very first time, you are legally required to verify them with HMRC. This is what tells you the correct tax rate to deduct. After that, you'll make the deduction, pay the subby, and give them a proper payment statement. Now, for contractors, this is the deadline that cannot be missed, ever. Your CIS monthly return, which details every single payment you made to subcontractors in the previous tax month, it must be filed with HMRC by the 19th of the month. No ifs, no buts. And HMRC does not mess about with this. The penalties for filing late are automatic, and they climb really fast. You're looking at a £100 fine for being just 1 day late. After 2 months, that jumps up to £300. And as you can see, these fines can easily get into the thousands if you keep failing to file on time. It's just not worth it. So whether you're a subby or a contractor, getting into good habits from the start can save you a world of pain and a whole lot of money. Let's quickly run through some best practices for really mastering the CIS system. For subcontractors, it is all about managing your money. Keep a simple spreadsheet of the tax that's been deducted each month. Crucially, set aside some extra money for your national insurance because CIS does not cover that. Claim every single allowable expense. And here's a top tip. File your tax return early. Anytime after April 6th, if you're due a tax refund, why would you let HMRC hang on to your cash any longer than they have to? And here they are, the most common traps people fall into. For contractors, it's forgetting to verify a new subby and missing that monthly deadline. For subcontractors, trying to claim for personal stuff or, and this is a big one, wrongly assuming that the 20% CIS deduction covers their entire tax and national insurance bill for the year. I promise you, it doesn't. This really is so important. Every receipt from materials you buy, every log of your van's mileage, even a subscription to a trade magazine, it all adds up. Great record keeping is what allows you to accurately calculate your profit and claim back the maximum tax refund that you are legally entitled to. And you know, that really is the silver lining in all of this. The CIS system is basically a prepayment plan for your tax. So if it turns out that after you've deducted all your legitimate business expenses, you've actually overpaid tax during the year, HMRC will send the difference right back to you as a nice tax refund. Whew, we have covered a lot of ground. And while the system itself is pretty logical, all the admin can honestly feel like a full-time job. Knowing when to call in a professional is not giving up. It's a smart business move. So just ask yourself this. Is dealing with tax returns and looming deadlines taking you away from the actual work that earned you money? Are you totally confident you're claiming everything you can and paying exactly the right amount? This is where the experts at My Tax Accounting can be a complete game changer for your business. They live and breathe this stuff. They can handle your registration, file your contractor returns, manage your self-assessment, all to make sure you're always compliant, and most importantly, that you never pay a single penny more in tax than you absolutely have to.
If you want to take all the stress out of CIS, you can get in touch with them directly. The phone number is 020-857-08531 and the email address is simply info@mytaxaccountant.co.uk. They can help you with absolutely everything we've talked about today.
And hey, if you found this guide useful, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the My Tax Accountant YouTube channel. They're always posting clear, practical advice to help you manage your business finances better.
We'll leave you with one last thing to think about. Getting your CIS registration sorted is a massive win. But what other financial questions are slowing your business down or keeping you up at night? Answering those is the real key to building a more successful future. Thanks so much for watching.